this tutorial, we're going to learn how to connect a Robotis robot to a C++ program on the computer. Okay, so the robot connects through a serial port. So this is what it looks like. So unfortunately, I don't have a serial port on my computer. However, I have a serial to USB adapter, so we're going to be using that. Okay, so first let's do ls USB, and that tells us all the devices that are connected right now. And then let's connect to the computer. Alright, and now if we do ls USB, we see a new device, which is here. So if we look in D messages, we see that it's attached to TTY USB 0. So this is important. Basically, this is going to be our file descriptor, where we're going to be sending the commands from the USB or from the C++ program. Okay, so now we need to run socat. Sudo socat. And basically this is a transfer loop to a file descriptor. Okay, and now we need to change the permissions for that file descriptor. Give it read-write permissions. Okay, so now if we connect the robot to the serial port and then plug it in, then did I forget something? No. Alright, well, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, here is where the output from the robot is going to be printed out. So as we send commands to the robot, it's going to print out some debugging information. Okay. So let's put that over here. And then let's write a little C++ program. So we already have some stuff here. So this is a library that we're going to link with the executable. And then here are some HPP files. So these are third-party HPP files. Okay, but in our main class, or in our main file, we're going to include some of those header files. Okay, so include serial port.hpp, and then include some standard files, iostream. Okay, so define some namespaces. So this is a namespace defined in that serial port.hpp. And then this is a standard namespace. Okay. So we need a serial port. Object, and then we need to specify the device name, which is going to be dev TTY USB 0, and now we need to initialize our serial port. And specify the baud rate, which in this case is 57600. It could be different for different computers, or for different robots. Okay, so now let's open the serial port, and don't forget to close the serial port. So here we're going to run a little loop that is going to check the user keyboard input and send those keys to the robot. Okay, so char ch, and then I read the char from the keyboard. And if ch is 27, then that means that this is the escape character, so we exit. Otherwise, we need a char buffer, and the first char is going to be the char that we specified, and the second one is going to be the null character. So we know that the message is over. Okay, so now the interface requires that we use a string. So we convert that char buffer into a string, and we write it out to the robot. Okay, so now in our make file, we need to use G++, using C++11, specify our main file, and then specify the library. Okay, so it compiled, and then if we run, you see that it attempted to connect to dev TTY USB 0, and it was successful. So now if we send something, okay. So I sent it the command A, and it moved. So if we send it S, then it should move vertically this way. So central position, and then D is this way. Okay, so I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, so N basically turns on the LED lights. So see they're red now, and then F turns them on, or turns them off, so they're off now. Okay. So there you go. And okay. Alright, so if I restart the robot, then I see this output here, which is just the initialization output for this kernel, which is a kernel that I wrote a while back and transferred to the robot. But yeah, basically that's it. Alright, that's the end of the tutorial.